something and wonder how it works? Like, why does a straw in a water appears bent? How do mirrors create our reflections? Or why do CDs shimmer with rainbow colors? These are all fascinating examples of how light behaves in different ways. To explain these questions, today, together with me and my groupmates, we're going to explore the world of optics and discover the secrets behind this everyday phenomena.
Before we dive into those questions and show you some cool stuff, let's first lay the groundwork by explaining the core concept of optics. We'll be focusing on three key properties: refraction, reflection, and diffraction.
What is refraction? Refraction is the bending of light as it passes from one medium to another. This happens because light travels at different speeds in different materials. Imagine a car driving on a road and then entering a muddy field. It slows down. Similarly, light slows down when it enters a denser medium like water. This change in speed causes the light to bend, changing its direction.
On the other hand, reflection happens when the light waves hit a surface and bounce back without being absorbed. The incoming light ray is called the incident ray, and the outgoing ray is the reflected ray. The law of reflection states that the incident ray, the reflected ray, and a line perpendicular to the surface, called the normal, all lie in the same plane. The angle of incidence, the angle between the incident ray and the normal, is equal to the angle of reflection, the angle between the reflected ray and the normal. Think of a billiard ball hitting a cushion. The angle at which it hits is the same as the angle at which it bounces off. Light behaves similarly when reflecting off a surface.
There are two primary types of reflection: regular reflection and diffuse reflection. Regular reflection occurs when parallel light rays strike a smooth, polished surface. The rays are reflected in a specific direction, maintaining their parallel orientation. A common example of regular reflection is a mirror.
Meanwhile, diffuse reflection happens when parallel light rays encounter a rough surface. In this case, the rays scatter in various directions, resulting in a dispersed reflection. A wall is a typical example of a surface that exhibits diffuse reflection.
Lastly, diffraction is the process of light bending around an obstacle or spreading out after it moves through a small space. Imagine a crowd trying to squeeze through a narrow doorway. Some are blocked, while others spread out and change direction. The spreading is similar to how light waves behave when they encounter an obstacle or pass through a narrow opening.
Now the explanation for the concept is complete. Let's move on to a more exciting part, demonstrating the key properties in a fun way.
When you look into the bowl at a specific angle, you'll notice the image has vanished. This occurs due to the total internal refraction. As light travels from air into the water, it bends. When you view the image from above, the light needs to bend so drastically to exit the water that it is unable to do so. Since no light reaches your eye, the image appears invisible, even though it's physically present in the bag.
Rainbow appears on the white paper. Even though we see white light, light is actually a mix of colors. As a rainbow appears, light travels through water, it bends on the cracks. The different colors of light reflect at different angles, creating a rainbow.
You'll notice practice, the reflected beam forms of a straight line at a specific angle, demonstrating the principle of reflection. The angle at which the laser hits the mirror is called the angle of incidence, while the angle at which it bounces back is the angle of reflection. These two angles are always equal. To create a star, you'll need multiple mirrors. By strategically placing these mirrors and adjusting their angles, you can create a pattern where multiple reflected laser beams intersect a central point, forming the points of a star.
When you place an object between two plane mirrors, you see multiple images. This happens because light from the object bounces back and forth between the mirrors. The numbers of image depends on the angle between the mirrors, and there's a handy formula for figuring it out. It's n equal 360 degrees over theta minus 1, where n is the number of image and theta is the angle between the mirrors in degrees.
For example, if the angle is 60 degrees, the formula tells us there will be 5 images. The smaller the angle between the mirrors, the more images you'll see if the mirrors are parallel. Angle of 0 degrees, you theoretically get an infinite number of images, but they get fainter with each reflection.
The light passing through the slit will diffract, spreading out and creating a pattern of bright and dark bands on the screen. This pattern is due to the interference of light beams that bend around the edges of the slit. The central band will be the brightest with the fainter bands on either side.
The width of the central band will be inversely proportional to the width of the slit, meaning a narrower slit will produce a wider central band. Diffraction works because light waves bend around obstacles. When the light passes through a narrow opening, the waves spread out, creating a pattern of interference.
Wow! We explored some really cool experiments together. Now that we have a chance to see how things work, let's go back and make sure we've answered all the questions we started with.
When you place a straw in a glass of water, it appears to bend. However, the straw itself isn't actually bending. The illusion is caused by the bending of light, or refraction, as it travels from the straw through the water into your eye.
Light travels at different speed through different mediums. It travels fastest through air, slower through water, and even slower through glass. When you look at the straw outside of the water, the light from the straw travels directly through the air to your eye. But when the straw is in the water, the light has to travel through 3 different mediums: water, glass, and then the air. As light passes from one medium to another, it changes speed and bends, causing the straw to appear bent.
The second question we explored was how mirrors create our images. This involves the concept of reflection and its laws. Mirrors create our images through a process called reflection. When light rays from our bodies strike a smooth, reflective surface like a mirror, they bounce. They bounce back at the same angle they hit. This bouncing light carrying the image information reaches our eyes, creating the illusion of seeing ourselves in the mirror.
Let's move on to the last questions. Why do CDs shimmer with rainbow colors? This phenomena is due to diffraction. A CD surface is covered in tiny, evenly spaced ridges. When light hits these ridges, it diffracts, meaning it bends and spreads out. Different colors of light have different wavelengths, so they diffract at different angles. This causes the light to separate into its component colors, creating the rainbow effect we see.
Refraction, the bending of light as it passes from one medium to another, plays a crucial role in many real-life applications. Lenses, found in eyeglasses, telescopes, microscopes, cameras, and even our own eyes rely on refraction to focus light. Fiber optic cables, use refraction to guide light signals through thin fibers, enabling high-speed data transmission. Rainbow are a stunning examples of refraction and reflection, as water droplets in the sky refract and reflect sunlight, creating a spectrum of colors. Even mirages, where distant objects appear warped or displaced, are caused by atmospheric refraction, as air density variation bend light rays.
Reflection, the bouncing back of light from a surface, is a fundamental phenomena with numerous applications in our daily lives. Mirrors, the most obvious examples, use reflection to create image of objects. Glass surface, like windows and eyeglasses, also reflect light, though they are often designed to be partially transparent. Shiny objects, such as metal, silverware, and jewelry, reflect light, giving them their characteristic gleam. Car mirrors rely on reflection to provide drivers with a view of their surroundings. Solar panels use reflection to capture sunlight and convert into electricity. Even wet road surfaces reflect light, which can cause glare while driving. In sports, reflective surfaces are sometimes used to enhance visibility, helping players or referees see the ball or puck more clearly.
Diffraction, the bending of light waves as they pass through an opening or around an obstacle, is a fundamental phenomenon with far-reaching applications. Laser technology, for instance, relies heavily on diffraction in the design and functionality of laser beams. In astronomy, diffraction helps analyze and interpret celestial phenomena. Medical diagnostics, particularly techniques like optical coherence tomography or OCT, utilize light diffraction to create detailed images of internal tissues. Optical discs, such as CDs, DVDs, and Blu-ray discs, store and retrieve digital data by exploiting light diffraction. Even holography, which creates three-dimensional images with depth and perspective, relies on the principles of light diffraction.
Well, that's a wrap on our optics adventure. We've learned a lot about lights, its tricks, and its amazing abilities. Who knew that something so simple could be so powerful? Now, if you will excuse me, I'm going to go find a mirror and see if I can finally figure out how to get that perfect selfie. Thanks to optics, of course.